I've spent the last 40 to 45 years living in constant fear, um, overwhelmed by a sense of shame, knowing deep down that I wasn't living up to, you know, my responsibilities and what I'm capable of. And I'm telling you, it absolutely destroyed me. And what I did was I found a lot of ways to cope with it. I found techniques that I could deploy to hide what I felt, hide what I was doing, and get people to think things about me that were not actually true, so that I could live through the mirage rather than embrace the reality. Um, my name is Daniel Moss, and I'm almost 46 now. And this thing that I just told you is a new realization for me. I've been a homeschooling dad now for 20 years. I've been a stay-at-home dad for 25 years. And I'm not knocking either. I'm not knocking either, but what I will say is that that role has allowed me to continually live in a lie about who I am and what I contribute and who I try to project myself as being. And I was able to hide behind this idea of like, oh, I'm a stay-at-home dad, which sounds pretty sacrificial, um, sounds noble in some ways, but it also doesn't really line up with societally how we see dads and the role of the father. Um, and and the thing about being a stay-home dad is that it's allowed me to continue with some really old techniques that I've been using since I was a kid. Where growing up in school, I was able to figure out ways of coping where I could avoid doing, assignments or, like projects or like testing in PE or whatever. I figured out how to just do enough just to get by, but also not get noticed. Um, and I figured out how to project an image of myself to other people that's just patently not true. It just, for example, I learned how to have a really bad potty mouth, uh, you know, and speak a certain kind of way to project, almost like I'm kind of crazy in a sense where I can, people don't want to mess with that guy, right? I learned how to do that. I learned how to use my mouth in a defensive way. Um, I learned how to show certain kinds of displays of strength, displays that I knew I could do, nothing that really challenged me, nothing that put me outside of my comfort zone, but just things that I found kind of easy for whatever reason. And I would lean in on those and like flex on those, like really, 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 um, as the kids these days say, I would glaze myself by just kind of like leaning in on that stuff. Um, but I would never try anything hard. If my buddies were all going to go do something that I wasn't comfortable with, whether, um, I wasn't sure if I was going to be good at it, then I just didn't want to do it, because if I did, then I might show that I'm human. I'm less than. I'm not good enough. I will have failed. I will have um, put a little chink in my armor, and I didn't want to risk that. I so often I would just kind of like avoid things like that. Come up with some kind of excuse for why I couldn't be there, or whatnot, and it broke me down. I just things like this, getting in front of a camera and speaking to people, looking into a lens, right? And speaking to people has always been so stinking uncomfortable to me. to the point where, I mean, family photos. I mean, I was always the one taking the photos, and if I couldn't get out of it and do that, and I had to be in the photo, I'd be in the back, or I'd make an ugly face, I'd something like that, because I just something to get out of it, something to be able to like not say I tried, you know. I could tell myself, well, I didn't try to look good, you know. Um, and all this stuff has just broken me. I don't care anymore. I don't care about looking good. I don't care if my hair is perfect right now. I don't care, you know, how I look. I don't care anymore. And and that lie that I could somehow get on through life like that is just, it crumbled all around me. I saw how it was hurting people that I cared about, people who needed me to step up, people who needed me in certain kinds of ways, and I wasn't willing to step up and do it. I wasn't willing to take the risk, or put myself in the discomfort zone and do the things that I needed to do. I just wasn't willing to do it, and it always gnawed at me and it killed me. Like I went so long not being able to sleep at night. I would roll around and roll around, roll around every single night. I would try everything to try to go to sleep, but I couldn't because it was killing me. There was this thing inside me that was not okay with any of it. And and it's been this last couple years where I've just been broken down, and I'm sick and tired of the weight of that mirage, the weight of that fake image that I've tried to carry has gotten so stinking heavy. I can't do it anymore. I'm fucking tired of it. Can't do it anymore. And so the pain of it has gotten more than the pain and the discomfort of looking at a camera right now and speaking the truth to people. Um, I can't do that old thing anymore, but I can learn something like this because I want to grow. I want my life to look different. I've been a homeschooling dad for a long time, and I got these young adults now. Several of them are young adults, and I got my youngest who's still 13. And you know, I remember this story. Um, when my oldest daughter was, I don't know, I want to say like 3 or 4 years old, and we had just finished watching some like action movie, some kid movie, you know, but like an action movie. And I remember her saying, "Dad, I wish you were on TV." And I remember saying like, "Why?" And she said, "So the whole world could see how awesome you are, Dad." And I can't remember exactly what I said to her at that point, but I know what I thought. I was like, "That's some bull crap right there." Um, I didn't want to be a role model. I didn't know how to be one. I didn't know how to carry that. It was too much pressure, too much weight. And the thought that this beautiful little girl could say that about me, I didn't know what to do with that. And I'm tired of living like that. I'm tired of it. Um, I want my kids to look up to me. I want them to be like, dang, dude, dad has he's put himself through it. He sacrificed all those years to raise us and homeschool us, and now look at him. Now look at what he's doing. Look how he pushes through. Like we know that stuff is super uncomfortable for him, but he's doing it. I want that. And you know, like truthfully, um, I you know, there's a certain kind of life that I want. I want to be able to travel, and you know, we've been as a homeschooling family living off like one income. Um, we've been kind of like boxed up in a lot of ways. Well, we've seen other people who put their kids in school and they have two incomes and, get to travel and do all this kind of stuff. And we've sacrificed all that. And I wouldn't change it for anything. But I need to change me. Me. I can't control everything else, but I can control me and I can control what I do. I can control my output. And I can't control everything that happens. I can't control the result of everything that I do, but I know what I can do, and I know that I can push through the discomfort of things, and I can um, try to make improvements to myself and work hard in that direction. And so that's what I'm doing. I'd love to have a certain kind of lifestyle someday. I don't know what's gonna happen with that, but I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this for my kids who need to see me doing it. I want to model to them that you can step outside your comfort zone, that you can go out there and take risks, and that it's actually okay to fail. Um, I want them to know that life's worth it. It's worth taking those shots. It's worth trying. And that when you don't, that it sort of like eats you alive because you know in the back of your head that you're not trying, and you kind of know that if there is such thing as a loser, it probably looks something like that, right? Where you just never take a chance and you don't take any risks and you don't step outside your comfort zone. And I don't want to be a loser. I don't want my kids to think I'm a loser. And so, you maybe you've got some of that same stuff, some of those same stories you tell yourself that you're a loser, you're no good, you're worthless. Um, Maybe you think failure is a bad thing or you're uncomfortable with it, or maybe there's some things in your life. I mean, for a long time, I thought, man, it'd be cool to be able to sing. Yeah, it'd be great to sing great, but it'd be great to be able to sing. Like, I can't even sing happy birthday, you know? And I'm just tired of that kind of stuff. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not living like that anymore. Maybe you got stuff like that going on in you where you just find yourself holding back all the time. And again, you can't control the result of, let's say you start singing happy birthday and maybe someone's going to laugh at you for how you sing. I don't know. You can't control them, but you can control yourself and you can control how you perceive that and how you look at that and how you process that. And you can tell yourself, you know what, I'm going to just get better. All of these things are opportunities to get better, to improve, to grow. That opportunity is afforded to you just like it is to me. And I don't want you to be 46 years old and finally have that breakdown and just be like, that's it. I've carried this for too long. I don't want that for you. There's no reason to wait that long. You don't need to. It's not worth it, man. The burden is way too heavy. The burden is way too heavy. So start now. Find something that you can win a battle on. Anything in your life. Just find one little thing. I'll tell you, it's helped me with anxiety. It's helped me where, like, I enjoy life. I get up in the morning and I enjoy life. I'm excited because it's not about the things I'm afraid of anymore. It's about the victories and it's about conquering. It's not about being a billionaire. It's not about anything like that. It's about me winning for me. It's about me becoming a little bit better every day. And sometimes I fall back. Sometimes I eat the thing I shouldn't eat. Sometimes I don't get out of bed as, early or as ready to go as I want to be. Or maybe I don't get in a good workout or whatever the heck it is. And it's okay. Because you know what? I can choose right now to salvage the day. I can make a change right here, right now about how I feel, how I think, what I do, how I act. It's all up to me. I get to do that, and you get to do the same thing. And I encourage you, right here, right now, find something, anything in your life that you can have a victory with. Anything. And these little victories, they start to add up. Like, aren't you tired of it? If you look deep down inside, you know that you're not doing what you're capable of. You know that you're hiding. Time to come out. Time to come out of your hiding. And it's time to start to live that life. Start to take those chances. Take your shot. Hey, if this kind of thing speaks to you at all, at all, um, subscribe, give me a follow. This is my journey, man. I'm doing this because I got a long way to go, and I got a lot of things that I want to do with this channel. So come along for the ride. I looking for some cool people to join me, I guess, you know. So anyway, if you made it this far, you are cool. You're awesome, and hopefully you'll be around. And I want to watch your journey too. Maybe someday you'll want to do your own YouTube channel. I don't know, but I never thought I would do this. Never thought I would actually do this. It's crazy to me. Anyway, wishing you the best. Have that little talking to yourself. Capture those thoughts that are holding you back. I'm going to talk about all that stuff in the future, but start thinking about that. Until then, you take care. Hit the subscribe button. Talk to you later.